Hello, I'm Paul Norman. I'm the executive director of Neighborhood Place of Pune. And since it's February and um, Valentine's Day is coming up, I thought I would take a few minutes to talk a little bit about love, and particularly love in the social service or the human service context. Um, talking about love can be a little bit difficult in the West. Um, some of that is language. We use the word love in a really broad context. We can apply it to inanimate objects. We can apply it to pretty fleeting feelings or sensations or desires. We can just use it to describe all kinds of relationships. And some of that is just the fact that we have taken a word that and an idea that had a lot of different definitions, a lot of different words in other languages and older languages, and we've kind of muddied the water. And then, of course, love is also really tied into Christianity, and a lot of us, we're taught um certain things as children about love and kind of internalize that. And I think the biggest challenge with when we talk about love is that we tend to think it's like a feeling. Um, and for myself, I think this is really a mistake. I mean, really, when we talk about love, we're talking about an idea. And what exactly is this idea, right? This is important because feelings come and go. We have no control really over what feelings arise, but an idea we can return to over and over again, and it's not necessarily tied to our fleeting emotions. So when we talk about love, um, really what we're talking about is the desire for the happiness or for the good of another, right? If you love someone, you want them to find happiness, right? You want them to have a good life filled with happiness. And all those words, happiness and good, are philosophically very fraught. But we really know, in our hearts as lay people, we know what that means. We know it is good and it is a source of happiness to have enough food to eat and not have to worry about where your next meal is coming. We know it's good to have a stable place to live, right? We know it's good to have the right clothes to wear. We know it's good to have proper health care. We know it's good to have friends. We know it's good to be valued as a human being. We know it's good to have a meaningful life, to do something or to have meaning in your life. And we know it's good to have hope, right? All those things are good. They're sources of happiness and joy, right? And that's what we want for others. And, so you can, it's not, so no matter what your feelings are, you could be angry with someone you love deeply, that you truly want them to be happy and successful and have a good life. And in the moment, be quite angry and frustrated with them. In that moment, that doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means you're angry and frustrated. We all get that way. That's just part of life, right? Um, but we return over and over again to the desire for the happiness of the other, right? You want happiness for your children. You want happiness for your spouse. You want happiness for the members of your family, your friends, those around you, right? That's what we want, right? And so, and if you don't, if you're actively working to harm someone, then you need to look at that, because that's not love, right? And we as a community need to push ourselves beyond our little circle of friends and loved ones to try and extend that love, to extend that desire for the happiness of others, to extend that desire for others to have a good and happy life beyond just our circle of friends, right? And that's where it gets tricky. It gets very, very tricky. I mean, it's sometimes hard even with our friends, but to go beyond that to the people we don't know, or maybe we really disagree with our life, and to continually remind ourselves, no, we want them to have happiness. We want them to have a good life. That's the challenge. And in the work we do, and I bring this up because, the work we do, the work we do to help families, that Neighborhood Place of Puna does specifically to help families, um, you know, it's not an intellectual exercise. I mean, it is work that rises out of these virtues of compassion and love, and gratitude and generosity, right? So when we work with families, when we strive to help these families who come to us for help, you know, we want them to be successful. We want them to be happy. We want them to have a good life. And ideally, I mean, that's what I say every video, right? We together as a community, we can ensure that every child grows up in a safe, stable, and nurturing home, right? Because it's not enough just to feed them and shelter them, although it's super important, but it's not enough. Children need to be loved. They need to be surrounded by adults who want them to be successful, who want them to be happy, who want them to have a good life. And ideally, that family, those children should be surrounded by a community who want the same thing, right? That's our role, right? Is to create a community in which there are opportunities for children and parents to have those things, to find those things that um, will bring them happiness, will bring them a good life. Um, and so that, that's for me, that is the essence of love, not a feeling. It is the desire for the happiness, for the welfare, for the success of others, for others to have a good life. And I hope that that is behind some of the work that we do at Neighborhood Place of Puna. That is our ultimate motivation. And I hope that it is yours in your community, that that is how you are striving to live your life. So if you'd like to find out more about Neighborhood Place of Puna, you can visit our website at neighborhoodplaceofpuna.org. Please like this video, follow our channel. And I'm wishing you a very happy Valentine's Day and a wonderful week. Aloha.